clearly.
There you go. All right. Welcome, dancehall queen Carlene. I'm just going to call you Queen Carlene because you have bestowed a title that the world has embraced. And the culture should appreciate you for that. Welcome to Wizology Show. I really appreciate you taking the time out to, just be here and bless us. And I got to say to the people over the world, I've been speaking with dancehall queen Carlene for a couple weeks now, and she's got to be the most humblest person that I've seen in this culture in a long, long time. You see what I mean? It's like it's absolutely fabulous. Never a hassle with her. Always polite. Always just. I feel like I'm just like your brethren. I feel like we're just brethren. You know what I mean? So really appreciate that and really thank you for that. Still. Um, it's an honor for me to be here in your presence right now. And there's a whole lot of people all over the world who are just going to be logging in as we go. And it is absolutely an honor to be speaking to who I believe is the original title of Dancehall Queen. Am I fair and true to say that statement?
Half and half. I am the creator of the title Dancehall Queen. It never existed before me.
There, there you go. There we go. So that is one history that we started off in the first sentence. So let us start there. What was your thought process? What was your thinking of making this title? How did it all start? How did it all come about?
Well, from a young age, I knew I was sexy in my head. Um,
Yes, of course.
I'm talking like 3, 4 years old.
Yeah,
I was just sexy. Don't ask me why. And for the viewers, I've never been molested. No, because somebody asked me that once. Or you? No, it wasn't sexual. It was just
right.
who I was. I have 11 sisters.
You have
Not,
11 sisters?
not all no, but
Okay,
and I'm
right,
last. So you can imagine. I'm lost in the pack. I'm not last and I'm not first. I'm not in the middle. I'm second to last. So of
right.
course, by the time a woman get down to the 11th child, she's done. She's done. But my sisters were awesome. You know, they're all much older than I am, away from the one that follows me. And it was just me trying to claim my spot. And I knew I was just different. I thought of it as nothing. I was just being a little girl, but they would dress us up similar. And I don't think I liked it. So I would
Right.
pull up parts, I would cut it with scissors, I would change, yeah, just to, I would be my own unique individual. You know, at a tender age at 4, I understood this. So when they look at pictures when I'm little, they're like, what you damn rude long time? You know, Jamaican parents.
Yeah,
No,
yes.
it with my own self. So I was growing. My bigger sister, Pinky, I always look up to her. Not to say I didn't look up to all my sisters, but nobody else in my family did dance all but Pinky. So at the time when I was young in high school, Pinky dated Tiger, which was a mega star. So, you know,
Okay.
my stepdad, which I grew with, would allow me to go with Pinky. And so she took me there. I'm just falling in love with this space. And like at 14, 15, I'm in stage shows and dance all because I look 21. And
Yeah.
at that, there was no age barriers. No, you could bring a child into a dance at 4 and give her a beer, right?
My God.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
relations and stuff of, you know, like what's happening now. Because people
Yes.
do innocent and they act on it.
Okay.
It's not that way now. So I would go
Okay.
and her friends, and she had older friends, and those are who I was interested in. So the first time, one of her friend Lana, this she lives in Augustone, they took me to House of Leo. Yes. And I left my house in one way. By the time I came out the car, they was like, that's not what you had on. I ripped my skirt up.
In
Yeah,
the car.
the car. Because I had
My
it in
gosh.
before, but I know they wouldn't have taken me if I looked that way. So I would tie it, below my navel, so the whole of my belly skin was out. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
14, 15, and I was, so everybody know was looking at me, and all the men lusting, and they got mad. They were like, "You see what you caused?" And my sister,
So hold on, wait. So dancehall queen Carlene, you're mean to tell me when you went into dance, the presentation that you are now setting is now that like you're cutting off the you're showing the belly skin, you're ripping up the skirts, and this is unheard of in these times. The women are not dressing like this.
oh, when I came in the first cut off jeans with my butt cheek showing, I
Yes.
totally blocked the road as a 15-year-old. I remember once my dad went to New Half Retreat was at the time when JBC was right there, the radio station and everything, and I had on two tube top as an outfit. You know the little tube top, tan top,
Yes. So you used one as a skirt.
and one as a skirt. So you know my skirt, and I wait till my father comes out of the car for me to come
Yeah.
up, block Half Retreat. Barry G spoke of it that there is a young lady in a 3-inch mini that's stirring up the place.
Cha cha. What up?
Stop it! Stop it! Calm down! Calm down!
When your father couldn't be happy. There's no way.
Nothing. So by the time he should be back, I was back in the car like the nice, sweet girl that I am.
Cheese and peas and cheese.
But my family, I wasn't disappointed. I wasn't a disappointment to them because they knew I
Right.
was different. I would wear leg warmers, because you go to States and they come to Jamaica and I'll just take whatever. Yeah, I'm cutting up my
Yeah.
jeans and I cut up the t-shirts and I was just creative in just being different. And I would take that to my hair. Yeah. And then
Oh,
ears,
wow.
my ears, I had 13 piercing on one of my ears as a teenager. 2 piercing in my nose. And this thing that they're now wearing, I
Yeah.
have it. My nose, I had it. Yeah.
All of this in a time of when people went to dance basically fully clothed. Let's just put it like that, fully clothed, more than so. But you were, I think she froze. Let's wait and see. Jaja. If you don't know, we're talking to dance hall queen Carlene. There we go. Can't hear you. No. Somebody called you. Log out and try and come in. Log out and log back in. Somebody called you. All right, so yeah, we're just going to wait for her arrival again. We're talking to listen. Yeah, so we're going to tracks on star, big up yourself. So we're going to wait for her to log back in. She's just going to log back in. It's just a few technical difficulties. We'll get through it. Man, so everybody, so up to this point, I believe everybody was in the long dresses. Everybody was in most of the full clothing, but dancehall queen Carlene decided to short skirt it, tube top it as a skirt. Here she is, and everything. This wow, what a piece. I mean, Santan's Bay stands strong. Yeah, all right, you're there. All right, tell
You
them
see,
don't call you. Tell them
my daughter Crystal is not here to turn off. I'm not technology savvy.
don't watch it. Don't. We're good. I know.
Yeah.
Is it?
Anyway, so
All right.
I'm different. So I'd go to parties, and my sisters sometimes they would walk in because they're embarrassed that crowd following me, and yeah.
Wow. So you are now, I didn't know how much of a trendsetter you are until this moment. I did not know how deep this set trend is because you have automatically just changed the game. It is, you have just changed the complete game of dance hall. All right. So now you're wearing you're wearing, how could I say? you're showing sexiness now in the dance hall. Now the dance hall is atoning to you. Do you see more people now gradually as you start going out months and months later? Are they not knocking you? Is there bad mind? Is there the fight? Is the people throwing words? What's going on? Or is there changing happening?
So I didn't live here. So when I would come in the summer and December as a kid, they didn't get enough time to bash me. Because by the time I would look, they would like, I seen her before, I'm gone. And then they don't see me again. And that pause. So while I was away, I'm still putting, what can I do? Because I saw the impact I had on the people. And
So wait a minute. What do you mean you didn't live here? You didn't live in Jamaica?
No, I'd gone away for a moment. I went back to the States. I wasn't here. So I was in high school. Halfway during high school, you know, you can't manage, as Jamaicans say, bad picnic, but I wasn't. I was just different.
Okay.
So I went back to be with my more sturdy sisters because my dad was soft. You know, he allowed me or whatever, and they think I needed to pull it up.
Right.
Like when I went to Excelsior High School and I would perform disco.
Perform disco.
Punk rock. Because at this time I don't know anything about dancehall yet. So I would dance calypso, I would do disco. Yes, I could do Michael Jackson. I can dance.
Okay. Yes.
Contain of movements from the head to the toe, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
there's no concert good if I'm not on it because listen, I'm before I even start moving, my outfit is getting the kids out of their mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when I we used to have this thing called Tropics nightclub in Kingston where you could do competitions, again disco. So one night I went there, T-Fault of course, went there, won. Everybody's there, so now they wanted couples. So the great Bogle, Gerald, which is what I Bogle, Gerald, so he won for the guy and I was there as a girl. So they said, no, they want us to go to Disco Inferno for the big thing, but it's all peers. So he came to me and said, listen, you have a partner? And I said, no. So he said, no, make we enter as a partner. So we did. Remember, this man don't ask me no question. He just assumed that I'm an adult.
Yes.
And entered. We won for that segment. Now we're to go to Montego Bay. When they give the form to sign up, we were disqualified because I was 15.
He didn't know.
No, he didn't ask me. I didn't know. I was sponsored, I think, by White Rum at the time, and you had to be 18 and over.
Okay.
15, and Bogo was disqualified because his partner, and we became friends from that day. Yeah, I didn't see him again till long after, but he laughed it off and said, boy, because he said we would have won. I don't think we were going to win nothing because we didn't know each other, but he said that, and I just went with it.
Right.
Back, and as I tell you, I kept going with Pinky. So while I was away, I started putting all these pictures I would take at House of Leo, Raytown, wherever I went, I was taking the pictures and I'm putting these pictures together. And I'm thinking, because I was into fashion, as I said, I'm always creating style. You know, I would sometimes make my clothes with my hand and then, you know, figure it out after. So while I'm there, by this now, I have a little crew that's dressing X-rated and daring and mashing up the place. Yeah, and I'm the youngest one, but I'm the ringleader.
Yes.
And we go, then they started to give us name. No drawers crew. That means no underwear.
Trouble.
Because they couldn't see. Remember, at this time, Jamaica don't even know about thong and G-string.
Right.
And I was making flesh color underwears to go with my clothes. So they weren't seeing the underwears. So they were calling us, which I didn't care because we were, no, every man want it and every woman ate it.
Okay.
Really like this little kid.
Yes.
So we were going, they couldn't wait because nobody did anything till I came. So I was there, I was putting all of this together and my mind was going crazy. And I was like, because one of my sister entered Miss Jamaica. They hunted me for years to enter Miss Jamaica. I just knew that was typical, and that just wasn't me. And then my bigger sister already, she was Miss Edgewater Suzette, she was Miss St. Catherine, and then she came fifth in Miss Jamaica. So, take that route. I was like, no, I'm going the other way. I'm
Yeah.
not interested in that book, competition. So
Yeah.
I started to put my stuff together. When I got to came back in Jamaica now, and I said yes. That'll let me into things free because of how I was dressed. Free. I didn't pay.
And you're 15, 16 at this time. Still. My gosh. All right.
As I tell you, I'm going with my sister way before 15 and 16.
Right.
So when I came to Jamaica, no man, no, this is like 17 because it's going
Okay.
to, would go to Fort Clarence, I'd go to roll call because Pinky was Tiger, so we get privilege. But for some reason, they don't know me, but the camera would always pick me up for something. Sometimes I'm dressed a little sober because she's like, I'm not doing any excitement tonight. I
Right.
don't want no man and people following back of you. And so while I'm away now and I'm saying, no, I know what I want. I told her, they were like, what? I said, I'm going to be a household name in Jamaica. They're like, what are you talking about? You're not a DJ. You can't DJ. You can't even speak English patois properly. You're not a DJ. I said, I'm not going to be a DJ. I'm a dancer. And I'm a fashionista. I'm going to be known in Jamaica. Household. And they said, okay. Because they know whatever I want to do, I'm going to do it.
Right.
And she said, and I stood there doing my stuff and I came home. And when I came home, I was at a car place getting my vehicle fixed. And I met this man. First, I'm in a jean shorts. I didn't pay for my car. They didn't. Because every man was turning into this place because I'm in there in this very suggestive jean shorts.
Yeah.
Nothing like what they're wearing now, but they've never seen that.
Yeah.
So everybody was being excited. So this man comes up to me and said, listen, I'm having XY in Portmore, so and so and so. And I said, okay. He said, some of your girlfriend come support me. I'll give you some tickets. And I said, all right, I will. Like this was the Thursday and this was going to be the Friday. So I went. Me and Pinky and Lana, and we went. When we got there, it was 10 people in the club. And at this time, he has all the top models of Jamaica because Jamaica used to do a lot of fashion shows.
Okay.
Models and the Miss World, Miss this, Miss that. So I sat there and my juices were flowing. And I said, you know what? I'm going to ask him to meet with me tomorrow. So I went to him because I was bored. The thing was boring. And he said, that, we dressed up and so I said, can you meet me tomorrow? I want to have a meeting with you. Because he owned the club. And he said, sure. I remember him kind of like me, so he wanted to further the conversation. I'm not
anything.
I'm on something different.
Right.
So he did come and we met and he says, so and so and so. And I said, listen, he said, can you use these girls? I would like to have a fashion clash. He said, what do you mean? I said, yes, I would like to have a fashion clash. Dancehall versus Uptown. And he said, wow, this sounds good. He said, how much show you've done before? I said, none. He says, he says, you have the other girls. No, I'm volunteering women that I don't even know if God to tell me yet. I said, yes, I have. He says, you do? I said, yes. So he says, all right, at the time, Oliver Bobsy Grange, the minister today, she wasn't minister then, was manager to, road manager to Shabba Ranks and Patron, whatever. I don't know who else at the time.
Yeah.
And she was like something to do with him. And he said, I'm going to speak to her. And I said, go ahead. And he called me back the next day and he was so excited. He said, what? Them love it, them love it. So and so and so. I said, all right, no problem. He says, can you do? I said, I'll do everything. So he says, how much you going to charge? Remember, I've never charged for a show. I'm 18 years old. I've never charged for nothing. And I'm going on like some big businesswoman now. And I'm saying, okay, so and so and so. And he said, yeah, but who is Uno? Why? I said, what do you mean? I said, okay, this is the deal. I want X. And at the time, it was $2,500 per girl. This is 1992.
Okay.
If if the place is full, I want $4,000. So I said, but you go up, not down. I said, listen, take the deal or leave it. This is what it is. I said, if that club is not, remember you had 10 people in the club before and you had to pay them.
Yes.
I'm saying to him now, if you can do X, give us $4,000 each. And if the club don't turn out right, don't pay me nothing. Him said, okay, Carl. I think he thought it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
So no, I show him not going paid. Now, I'm trying to get the other three girls. Pinky told me no. Lana told me no. Sharon told me no.
Pressure. Pressure.
What I did, because I wasn't broke, I said, you're going to get $4,000. Your pay is $4,000. A matter of fact, remember, this is a lot of money in 1992.
Yeah.
Have $2,000 each as deposit. The man don't give me no money. This is me bribing them.
Yes.
And I took the money. I went to the bank, took the money out, and this is how they say yes. But what we're gonna do, and I said the same thing we do when we block House of Leo, when we go to Raytown, when we go to Frontline, we're gonna do the same thing, except no, you know. So when I start to give him the deal, he says, okay, Lantoinette Steins, true Latanya, now I'm mixing them up. Lantoinette Steins said, he said she was gonna choreograph the show is done. Because proper thing we're doing now. I told him, I said stage where someone told him was like, all right, no problem. Make sure you have the people in here coming out paid. That's all he kept saying to me. Because he didn't know I didn't need the money. He didn't know that.
Right.
So I started to promote. As I look at them and I said, this is what happened at his show. We can't. This is what Pinky was known. Pinky was, you know, in our little dancehall circle.
Okay.
Sister, they don't know me really, but Pinky was known.
Yeah.
So you had like Andrew Lee, who was the top hairdresser, and we put him together. Cause them say, well, no man, we're gonna support you. Cause the deal is, remember, it's dubbed Uptown versus Dancehall.
Dancehall
versus Downtown, which we didn't care. So you know what have to win. The Downtown have to win. Yeah. And the listen who when we went to the rehearsal, there was Miss Jamaica World at the time, 1992, Erica Akar. Ooh. 3 top models. Marky Ufa Batino, big from our side, too slim. We had no person, nothing. We were just all over the world. I just had to die for breast. And they said, listen, this is how it's going to go. And everybody was running from, because you're pairing. Each person get a girl. Nobody wanted Miss Jamaica World. I said, no, I'll take her. So Lantoinette Steins just took to me right away. She says, whoa, you sure you're the baby in this? I said, I think so. She said, who's the mastermind? And I said, well, I don't know if no mastermind, but it's my idea. And, you know, Andrew Williams at the time, that was his name, which later turned out Vivian Blake, the notorious Vivian Blake.
Oh, gosh.
And did I accept this man not knowing my body could have been thrown away somewhere?
Yeah.
And she said, okay, this is how it's going to go. So we're going to have it like a real fashion show. So it's evening wear, swimwear, sportswear, and then so at the time, the song Wife, Me and the Wife, Wife, Me First. So it's a theme. So we're fighting over one man. So that, you know, that's how Jamaican women are. So whoever get the man. And of course, you know, we weren't going to lose. Those girls were two perfect body women. Anyway, so the 12th of April, 1992. Got there, Pinky, Lana, and Sharon totally drunk. Because they can't, by this cactus, they had to be turning away people.
A lie.
The man started to fret that something is going to go wrong in this. It ran till they had to close the door.
My goodness.
When the people out and saw the crowd, my 3 girls wanted to exit the stage. I've been on stages before because I've been dancing. They have never been. And they
turned coward?
Yes. So they started to drink. At this point, remember, we don't know what we're doing.
Right.
The uptown girls, because we're not seeing each other, but they have one person to attend one. I am attending to the other three drunk girls. Because they're
Yes.
not drunk and just having a good time, not remembering nothing. Anyways, we kept going on the stage, and every time I would come on, the host would tear down. One of the time I'm crawling, I just found everything in my mind. Nothing was taught to me,
Yeah.
just to deliver what I was doing to be different. Because I knew I couldn't physically stand to her. And I
Right.
had to find, because at that time I was still a little kid. And I was like, yeah, to tell you, I must say, mad. My belly fat, yeah, my leg is twice her size. But I'm telling you, she would come up, and I knew her. The
Yeah.
roof was, you see, when I came out, the roof
Yeah.
was being torn off. And
Cha,
it kept
cha.
going. So when it was finished, the crowd kept saying, who win? And they kept saying me, because I had all the different hair colors. And
Yeah.
they kept throwing to me. So when the guy was saying, okay, the downtown girls, because he's calling us downtown girls too, the downtown girls, downtown girls, we kept winning. So at
Yeah.
the end of the thing, because he kept saying, Miss Jamaica World, Miss Jamaica Beauty Queen, Miss Jamaica this queen. So I said, hi, dancehall queen, they're right here.
Uh-oh.
And he was like, what you said? I said, yeah, she's Miss Jamaica Beauty Queen, I'm dancehall queen. And he said, okay, you want the dancehall queen? And he just kept pushing it. And they kept saying yes. So out of the 8 of us, they kept saying, I won the clash.
Yes.
My 3 girls was even up. And then they kept saying, I won the clash. So it was like, okay. And I got it. We had another clash. No, it went so good. They said, let's take it around the island. So I upped my money. I want $6,000 now per girl. Yeah. And he said, listen, anything you want, anything.
Anything.
We went to Ocho Rios. This was the
Yeah.
first list. I just glad they didn't rape us that night. The men, because no, I turn up I'm designing all the clothes. So the girls, oh, let me tell you what happened.
Yeah.
So the paper know that I dethroned Miss Jamaica World. They pulled her out.
They pulled her out of the
They
competition?
pulled her out. Oh, pulled her out. Because who is this girl dethroning you? Not at all. You don't belong in this and this.
Oh. She's supposed to vex with you.
The other Spartan models were there, which was still top.
Yeah.
You know, but who did care? They were just a number now, because it was all about the dancehall. The dancehall,
Yeah.
girls it was
Jeez,
all about the
I feel bad for her. I feel bad for her still, because Jaja.
She probably tell them that, why would she be winning? I don't know.
Yeah.
She said, because she was an awesome person. Big up to
Yeah.
Erica Carr. I just think you know, they probably didn't want, remember dancehall was dubbed as a bad thing. And
Yes,
dancehall
yes.
was inner city / ghetto people. So when I came onto it and they recognized, oh my God, she speak properly. Oh my God, so and so and so. Oh my God. Anyways, the clash kept going and I kept winning and I kept telling them dancehall, the dancehall queen, the dancehall queen, the dancehall queen. So thus goes this person. This before, as there's something on the internet that there was dancehall queen before me. No, there was dancehall dancing before me. Never ever would they put the word queen to dancehall. Never. No, no DJ. Just you look back, Sister Charmaine, Sister Nancy, never would they have put a queen to it. This came from me, where even though they're calling them one another queens, a queen would never be in a dancehall.
Okay.
That's how it's dubbed. Remember, dancehall derogatory.
Yes.
Right? Which wasn't true because it's part of our culture. And I learned this while I was there. And I kept saying, the fact that I knew I wasn't from, no poverty, I wasn't looking away, a meal ticket out, it was perfect for me to defend it, to show that dancehall is Jamaican. Dancehall is part of our culture, Jamaica. A lot. There was Bob Marley, dancehall, and sports. Remember, there was no track and field because we weren't no great track and field. It was Bob Marley, Miss Lou, and dancehall.
And dancehall.
So it was, here it is, a different thing. Now, what was missing from dancehall was the sexiness. I couldn't compete with no man. Neither could none of the DJ women. If you notice, there was just a handful of DJ women, and they dressed in them linen and them frill and them 99
Yeah.
pound. And so
Goal and everything.
back in the days, let me tell you what they used to do. They used to do videos overseas with overseas girls. And if they did it in Jamaica, they would bring them in or only use the uptown models.
Oh
Yes.
gosh.
I changed that. I said, are you crazy? What you talking? Because they used to try to make it look like I was born right here in Kingston, Jamaica. They used to try to say, oh, she's not. No, no, no. I am. I am 100%, well, 50% Jamaican and 50% German, but I'm Jamaican. I was born on this side. So it was like,
Yes.
no, why are you taking overseas girl to come to, or, yeah, well, look at some of the video. They don't even have the rhythm. So they used to just slow dance because they didn't know what they're dancing to. They were paid well. And even in some of Shaba's beginning videos, Shaba's
Yes.
videos was the dancehall representative of girls overseas. They never did them in Jamaica. No reason, because I felt like, the girls weren't here. So I started to prove
Wow.
that Shakademus and Pliers audition, where there was just like a few, because they're realizing, okay, this thing is catching on. And
Yes.
we were the only one, over 200 women, and we were the only one ready to perform. And Trish Farrell, who was the president of Island Mango Jamaica from Chris Blackwell, saw me and the girls
Yeah.
and said, no man, take those girls. I'm wearing the jewelry, everything, the broad sonnet,
Yeah.
And, and she chose us just because of how we looked. And then came back. She didn't even know. She came back after we signed up and I said, oh my God, I didn't let you guys dance. Can you dance? Please tell me you can dance because all the other people are gone now.
Yeah.
It's just, and I said, play the music. And we started. She was so relieved that we could
Yeah.
dance. So
The
hence, it,
the authenticity now comes through dancehall queen Carlene and the crew.
yes.
I don't think people in the last 45 minutes, I don't think people have understood the set of trends that you have made accomplished across the board. First of all, the clothes that you wear. Second of all, making dancehall dominant in Jamaica respectfully, because it's just something that people used to shun, like, oh, we're going to dance hall, and it's like, okay, keep it down there, not up there,
And
right?
that you curse bad words, and it's only that way to express ourselves. So it was from here to Zook. There was no in between. Let me tell you, there was Barbara Gruden. Big up to her. She's still alive. I don't think she
Yes,
still does radio. At the time, no, because you know what media does, right? They pick
yes,
out something wrong and place it and make it seem like this was it. So one of my girls, I had on a swimsuit that was made with mesh, but my breast, nipple, and my coochie had on something that covered. But if you weren't close, you would think I'm naked, but I wasn't.
okay,
And they put that on the paper in the Star, and they started to bash us. Well, bash me. And I said, okay, no, it start because this is how I know I'm going to be known.
hmm,
And Barbara Gruden went on the radio and started to say she want one of the downtown girl come say what this, that. So somebody called me and said, they want to talk about you up on the radio. So and so. So I said, what? So when I turned it on, I heard her and I was like, whoa. So she said, boy, if one of them could have called, but look how we're going to have to beat them out. So I called instantly. And the producer said, you are? I said, I am Carlene, the young lady that's so and so. And she says, you sure? I said, yes, I am. And she says, okay. So she says, I said, I don't curse bad words. So you don't have to worry about that. And they put me on.
hmm,
And the first time I dressed her, I said, good, whatever the time of the day, Mrs. Gluten, let me first correct you. We are not downtown girls. We're dancehall girls. So I'd prefer if you address us as such. She was blown
exactly,
out like, the hell? And then she says,
yeah,
how old are you? And I said, 18. She says, you sure? I said, yes. And she started. And she said, this This was like her 20s, 30 years in radio, and said this was the
Yeah.
first she's ever had somebody just had her listening and was putting her place in the most diplomatic way and decent way. And she was like, oh my God. And it started there. Then this TV station, and they started recognizing, now listen to this flip.
Yeah.
So I've been banned from places because of how I'm dressed.
You are banned.
Banned. That you're
My
never
God.
to come here in Jamaica because they don't want dancehall. I've been turned away from places to say you're not coming in because of how you're dressed. And one of the main standout was Mirage nightclub. It was a nightclub uptown. And I wasn't wearing nothing out of the norm. I mean, I just look better. So everything looks more daring on me. And I went outside and I stood out there and turned on the radio in my car and started a party outside. And I said, this is not going to go down how you want it to go down.
We're not liking Mirage. We're not liking Mirage right now. Mirage with Vex.
Mirage has been locked down long
Yeah,
ago.
man, we're Vex after all them owners there. We're Vex.
The guard was just not into dancehall. It wasn't had nothing to do with Mirage. Because they apologized, gave me 1 year membership free.
Okay.
Backlash at it. And the fact that I stood out there, know had a crowd bigger than that what was inside. Having a dance outside. So it was, I never gave up. I went to audition where they said to come back at 2:30 a.m. at a hotel. I didn't turn up because it was about my image. It was about my dance, my clothes, my look. It wasn't about sleeping with this particular person to get this far. So I was turned off from parts because I wouldn't sleep with the persons. Because I said, I'm not doing this for me today. I'm doing this for me in the future. I knew what I started to go to little inner city communities and was speaking to young ladies and letting them know a man don't have to be your answer. You don't need to be somebody's baby mother. You can dance. This is where it's going to be. This is how it's going to be. Yeah, that's what I was doing. Then let me tell you the twist to this.
Yeah.
Dancehall people started to know now. Inner city people, kind of the lower part of our island, started to realize in Kingston that I wasn't from dance, downtown, or from any inner city or from any ghetto. And they started to bash me that I didn't belong there.
Trouble.
Yep. And they started a whole kind of, and I was like, whoa. So here it is. Uptown don't want me. Dancehall don't want me. But guess what? I didn't care because I was for Jamaica. So I stood my grounds. Yeah. And when I came into a party, I still had all heads turned. And let me tell you, people reach out to me and they would like, when I said, this is my fee. And I would get paid to just stand there looking like a pretty thing.
Just to show up.
Because they knew I was going to come in where everybody else going to be looking at me. Even when everybody started to wear the X-rated outfits, I still just stood out. I just still stood out because, I did my own thing. And then the crew started to form and I was embracing that because I was like, yes, by this now I'm on everything in Jamaica. Carpet was snooping up. I'm on Quartz Furniture. I'm on Cable and Wireless. This was our telephone company.
Yeah.
I'm on Red Label Wine. I'm on Red Stripe. I'm doing, just name it. And if it's enough, that was me.
Yeah.
I didn't sing one. It was just the image of, whoa, this is what it is. Then I started to take it across. I went to Japan Splash, mash it up. I went to Holland, mash it up, and the booking just started to go. I went to Africa and I did some piecework in Africa, Uganda, because at this time with slam condoms, and it was another level. And we said, okay, you know what? I'm always been, as young as I was, humanitarian. So I went to Uganda to perform with Red Rat and Goofy and all these guys. Pinky was there with me and Anne-Marie. And when I was there, I was touched. They took us to a facility there in Uganda where it's a hospice for AIDS.
Yes.
And when I got there, Red Rat held a baby that died in his hand freaked him out for the day. I don't know if he remembers that. And I was just there with, and they were kind of standoff like, and I said, no, I know about AIDS. You know, you won't catch it like that. And we had on, and I
Yeah.
was speaking to the lady who was in charge, and she said funding, and she says, listen, and I said, don't worry, I'm coming back.
Yeah.
And I spoke to Victor Wong of Slam Condoms, and we said, we're going to do this. And he said, you want to do this? And I said, yes, free. I took my money and his money, took the condom back, went to Uganda with, with the Jamaica AIDS Society and some people from Unifest USA did a little thing, and we went there. So the first thing we went in, I don't remember, this is a long time, and we left the condoms to come back. So when we came back in the morning, from the start, we like seeing, wow, they're welcoming us with balloons. The place was decorated, but something is strange about these balloons. And I'm turning to the organizer and I said, that's the condoms. She said, no way. When we got into the place, it was decorated. They didn't know what they were. They thought we left balloons. And they blew them. And
Oh
they
my.
place. So here it is now. I have no product to do my demonstration because so we had to wait. I stood there, did some little charity work, sent back for the rest of the condoms, and went at it again, trying to tell. Because at the time, Uganda had the highest AIDS rate in the world.
Yeah.
And we said, no, this is our people, this is our black people, and all they need to do was learn. And the images that used to be shown on television wasn't for them. They didn't have TV, some part of the place. So it was like, listen, I'm gonna do this. And Victor Wong, big up Victor Wong from Montego Bay, and we
Yeah.
went at it.
I can't
Yes.
like add humanitarian now to the list. I did not know this one itsy
We
bitsy
started
out.
hospice in Montego Bay, and Victor Wong, with part of me, we were with it, and I was part of that for years. Yep.
This
I
is
don't dwell.
incredible.
I didn't dwell on the thing. Then I took it to Mona Rehab. Mona Rehab. No, when I went there, they had a gunshot person there, and I just walked. I did Maxine Park Children's Home, and this was coming out of my pocket. This is not nobody giving me something to give. This was my money. I had money, and I wanted to just help. And I went to the Mona Rehab, and there was a little girl, a baby,
Yeah.
and the mother came to me, and I was like, first thing in my mind, who the hell breed this woman? She had no legs. What is wrong with these men? And I was like furious that somebody would want to, but she was most joyed about her daughter. And so that changed my concept of a man breeding her. I'm happy a man breed her. And she was there. She says, you know what? I don't have a wheelchair. And the little girl needs, because she's so tiny, she was tiny. I have that on newspaper clipping. I didn't want to do coverage of what I was doing. I didn't think, this was from my heart. So I didn't think I needed to broadcast it. Everybody was like, no, get the press. And I said, no, I'm doing this for me.
Wait. Hold on. So Dancehall Queen, Carlene, you did all of this and you kind of told the press to stay away? You just
Yes.
did this.
They wanted to call in to say, you know, let's do, and I said, no, I'm not interested. A cameraman came because my publicist at the time insisted that, listen, you can't keep doing these free things and nobody know. I said, yes,
Right.
because this is my heart. I'm not looking no publicity from this. I'm already the biggest thing in Jamaica.
Yes.
Most photographed human being in Jamaica for 4 consecutive years. So I didn't need nothing else. And that little girl, when I gave her I bought 4 wheelchair. 4.
Wow.
Yes, and one of them, I'm going to big up American Airlines, because when I went to the lady and I said, okay, these 4 was the most needed. She said, you know, a wheelchair is not cheap enough. I said, no, it's okay. I'm going to commit to these 4. She said, try for 1 because it's not cheap enough. And I was like, trust me. And my partner at the time, he had money, and I went to him and I said, let's get some wheelchair. And he said, what? You want to do this? And I said, I want some Pampers and a list. And I got the letter from Mona Rehab, and I took it to American Airlines, and they never even thought I was kidding. They just stamp it. So all these things were sent on the behalf of me for free. I never paid for the shipping. So I said, no. When I bought two, I went back and I bought for the other two. One was a little child, and it was like 2,000 something US or one, the
Yeah.
cheapest one.
Yes.
These were people. It's like you can get used one. And my sister at the time, my sister has a child with, and she was just going to it. I ended up sending 5 wheelchairs, but 4 was bought straight, and it was like 1,000 Pampers. And Mona Rehab, the lady at the time, was like, "Oh, you don't have no media here?" I gave them money, everything, and I said no. She was like, "You sure you're right? You're human? We've never." Then bring all water, come and then bring much press. I said no, I'm doing this. She was like, she couldn't believe that I didn't have a. And I said no,
Yeah.
that's not my interest. Is just to help whoever I could, whenever I could, and just kept trying to keep it. This was just from my heart.
Wow. So now I see why you still look young as you did before, right to this day. Now I know the blessing that God has bestowed upon you. I understand now. And this is what Wizology Show is about. It's the history and giving credit to the people that are here and alive today. And if you didn't talk this, we would never ever know how transcending you are and how,
One of
blessed
the
we
for
are.
that One of the reasons for that, people don't care to know real good things. Negative, bad things is all that it seems to consume people. So if I was in a relationship and something went, that was more important. It wasn't
Yes.
that I paid from courts and I donated it to people. That they didn't care of. It was that, oh,
Yeah.
she's in a relationship and she was caught with a man or some gossip.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, that I totally understand, and this is what Wizology Show is. We don't have to discuss all about that because we want straight positivity. I mean, we get into certain things, but it's not about that. It's about the blessings that we're bestowing upon the people right
even
now. And
when nobody keeps it
yeah,
because interested. They know. A lot of people know of some of the things I did, but that's not what they want to live in
yeah,
their mind. And as I said,
yeah.
other half, my other half. Yes, I do have a other half.
There you go.
Brian, Kina, Peter, big up the crew, big up guys, big up, big
Listen,
up.
big up the crew.
I have to break for tell you there is a
Yes.
ex, uh, exhibition going on in Detroit. Big up
Okay.
Akeem Smith. Right now, the old crew, Pinky, my sister, Sandra Lee, they're all there. I couldn't be there, but I'll be at the
Okay.
next.
Okay.
Yes,
So
going on
now,
right now. Sorry.
now Now, that crew is not a simple crew. The Ouch crew, I've been hearing about it for years. But before I get into that, what I want to know, did not any sound systems embrace you to take you on? Like, I mean, House of Leo, those times was Stone Love, and Stone Love was the sound, and we started hearing about it. Did they not intervene and say, yo, bring Carlene to the forefront? Was it no sound system important in those times for you, or you just
Fast forward. What are you talking about? There is actually a little clip on my Instagram page, Dancehall
yes?
Queen Instagram page, where
Okay,
Stone Love, we were Stone. They booked Stone Love and us a lot of times because we were the
okay,
real thing happening. And
yes,
Rory was the person being talking about the fashion. Rory from Stone Love. Yeah,
okay,
it was. It's not like how it is now. People had to work for their title. People had to work for their position. It's not like, oh, it's a little easier where Instagram. Probably if Instagram was about there are pictures like how it is now, I would have probably been way bigger than I am.
yeah. Oh, okay.
It was a better.
First, because we're going to get there. First, I want to know what was the hardest part for you to maintain the dancehall queen repetition? What was the most difficult thing you found in it?
Okay. The most difficult was the negative from dancehall, which I didn't care
Right.
because they don't hire you, they don't pay you, so I didn't care. I lived out of a suitcase. I was so booked taking dancehall. I'm dancing around the world. Shakademos and Plies had us. We were the first. They were the first to have backup dancers. Yeah, so big up to
Okay.
Shakademos and helped my
Yeah.
career to get to the next level. There was no time. There was time I got home and I just slept across the bed and then I call and I'm gone again. So there was no time. I've been to a country where I know a lot of artists where may never go. Sardinia, an island outside of Italy, representing dancehall. Chic, oil-rich Chic hired us.
Yeah.
Got to see Princess Diana and Doubtfire on a boat right next to us. We were throwing her kisses just before she died, 1996. So I had no time for negativity. No time.
You didn't feel, listen, you are now a spokeslady for dancehall, traveling the world. You're bringing dancehall to the world, the style and what it's about. You don't feel betrayed that the people where you are not encouraging and not like majority. Some are, some weren't, but I mean, you don't feel betrayed by
No,
that?
because that's just a little majority of Jamaica. So no, 14 parishes, and it was only Kingston and a certain part of Kingston that it mattered. So no,
Yeah.
I was. You're. Remember, I told myself I was going to be a household name in Jamaica. Now I'm going
Yeah.
further. Then I was
Yeah.
taken to. That's a whole different show. When they took me to Cuba to do the butterfly, because you know I'm the inventor, the creator of the butterfly dance. Yes, I
Cha,
am.
cha. Here we go. I didn't know this. Now you said
Yeah.
dance it. All right. All right. We have all
As
right.
I did a lot of dance moves that I created, but I didn't name them. I understood marketing, and I knew I only wanted to pattern one and keep one going. A lot of the
Yeah.
dance moves that girls do, some of the dance moves that the girls do now, it's what I did. And I didn't see them from anybody because remember, there was nobody for me to see.
Yes. That's
There
right.
was
That's right.
when they had all dancing going on, you couldn't see it unless you were there, and I wasn't allowed to go a certain place. And it wasn't done in House of Leo. It wasn't done in Ringtone. People didn't go and just, that came after when the clashes now and the crews were there. And again, my
Yeah.
creation. So
Yeah.
it was, so I did the butterfly dance and I started to do that everywhere and talk about it. And it got word to Cuba. So Cuba decided they wanted to have a butterfly competition. Just remember this, the first day I came public, I became a star. I didn't grow. It didn't take no months. The first show was on the next day. Everybody was talking about, oh, Miss It was like losing their minds. So
Yes.
people left Kingston to Negril. People left Kingston to Oterius. People left Kingston to Montego Bay because they had to get a piece. And they had the star that just showed one thing, and it was just the day I started was the day I started. I didn't
Yeah.
was looking. Okay, no, I was on every interview. I was on every radio station because I was defending myself and defending what I'm doing, and trying to say, don't worry. As I've said, if you listen back, I'm not thinking about today. That means 1992. I told them I foresee this. I told them, I said, this is not what's happening now. You're going to all bash me. You're going to this and you're going to, yeah. I would turn in a party and every woman hang on to her man.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even see their men. But
Yeah,
because,
but that wasn't you.
no, but because I was the only sex symbol in Jamaica. Because the
Yeah.
other symbols were just like the Miss Jamaica worlds, which, in the view, it's like, what is this? Me? Some freak from outer space. She's just going to snatch up. No.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I was not for things, never was, still don't. So it was, just again, people learning that, oh my God, although she's representing dancehall, she's such a lady.
Yes.
Why
Yes.
you just, it's a job. What they would see me in the supermarket and you wear clothes? Yes, I do. I only like that for my job. That's my job. Yeah, people would the interview and they would call and say, I said, please just when I come, you can judge. And when I turn up and they see me dressed, they were like, oh my God, we weren't expecting this. Yeah, they thought I was going to take my get up that I use on my stage show to
Yeah.
perform
Yeah.
with whichever artist. And at the time, I performed with all the top artists. It was Ninja Man, Super Cat, Shaba, um, Shakadimus and Pliers, Mega
Yeah.
Bantam, Red Dragon, Merciless, name
Wow.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
were
have no
there.
pressure to nothing. So I'm just going with the flow. And as it goes on, the more it got big, it's the more fight I got.
Why is it? Why is it that with our culture? Why? Why we can't embrace and elevate? Why? My gosh. All right. So let me tell you something. Of course, now, you know, years Dancehall Queen
Yes, Super Cat.
movie, the movie appears. Looking into it, how do you feel about it? What was your perception?
This era, which I've done before, but nobody remembers. So when the Dancehall Queen movie came about, it came about from me,
Yeah.
right? That's the concept because this never existed before with no clash. The only thing I never did was clash dancehall. As when they tried that, I said, no, I'm bigging up dancehall. I'm making dancehall strong. You're putting us to fight against each other. That's going to break it down. So I never clash a dancehall girl, ever, ever.
So you
I'm big,
didn't like that. You didn't like that. The clashing of dancehall was a no for you.
very no no.
Okay.
So let me tell you, when the movie was being done, I had a
Yeah.
meeting with the writer and one of the directors. And when I got to the meeting and they gave me the parts of the script to read, I said, are you crazy? I'm not playing this. Remember now, I went to school,
Yeah.
tertiary and otherwise.
Yeah.
I have never had to sleep with a man for money. My father made sure we were quite fine. As a child, he gave us a start. I owned a car at 16 years old. I've never lived in poverty where certain things had to be done. So when I read the script, I said to the guy, I can't be a part of this. And he says, what happened? Because these aren't Jamaican people. Let me first say this to you.
Okay.
I said, because this is degrading. In the movie, not knocking the movie, because
Yeah.
it's a movie, I'm not
Understood.
a movie. I am the dancehall queen. So you can't ask me to play. These are the two main characters. The girl who is dancehall queen reigning has one man driving out and the next man driving in, if you remember the
Okay.
character Al. So they're depicting her as a whore indirectly. And the winner, who's gonna win, has three children, who played by Audrey Reeve,
Hmm.
for three different men, and gave one of her child to a grown ass man, and had an handcart that she was pushing. Which part of this part of the movie do I fit in? Now, put in the movie as bad girl Sophia where I sell the thing. I'm gonna be that. Would you not think that's me? Because a lot of
Okay.
people still think that's my character from the movie because I am the original dancehall
That's
queen.
our queen.
And said, as usual, nothing great from dancehall. People don't think. Yes, it's a good deal, but it's a bad image. There's nothing in that movie message that's good about women. Nothing. You have to have some money to be something. No. And you then dug it to dancehall. I just don't speak about it because people probably won't know. I'm going to think you're jealous or you're bad minded as they like to use. No, I was first approached, but people don't think deep.
Yes.
Any
Yes.
of my family or friend, my boyfriend, anybody will tell you I don't watch certain black movies. I don't. Once it depicts black persons and people negatively, I don't want to see it.
So
I like the
so did you offer to change the script? Did you say change the script? Did you say
I couldn't tell them to change anything because remember, they already had their thing written and it's ready to go. They did alter the scene a little because what the part of it where Alavine was a prostitute in it, they took
Mm-hmm.
that out. They just made her a bad girl that slept around with all these men in BMW and Benz, and
Yeah.
right away, that's me. Every man that
Wow.
I've been in the public, away from the ones that they give me that I have no clue about.
Yes.
I've never
Yeah.
had a secret.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not doing this. And my partner at the time was mad because he went to them and said, "Oh, I'm not knowing I turned it down." So when he came home and he was like, "Why you didn't?" I said, "You didn't ask me, boy. You didn't ask
Yeah. Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
understand?"
Yeah.
And when I told him and I said, "No, you do your part. That's okay. I'm not gonna try to change you from doing what needs to be done." So yes,
Principle. You stood by your principle. You.
dance me is my life. It's my job lifestyle. It's my passion. It's been my childhood. I mean, 15 years old is a child.
Yes.
It's what I've dreamt about. It's what I've thought of my country and my country women. I'm really for women. It was me saying, okay, you can do this in a different way.
Yes.
There is ways for you to, not because you're dancing or you're dressed naked, that mean a man should have you, should be your choice. It was trying to show to say nothing is negative about what we're doing. It's our culture. When I went to Africa and I saw everybody, Titi was out. We went to
Mm-hmm.
this place that nobody had on the top. They had a little thing. We went to the village and I was like, no, I know where I get this from, but I'm not allowed in the Western world to do this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. How when you see it now and you look at it, there's been like dancehall queen competitions all over the world, all of this going on, and you look back at something that you have created, you made possible. Let's not go around and beat around the bush. If you did not set this trend, dancehall queen Carlene, many of the women would not be labeled dancehall queen from whatever part of the world that they are today. Let's set it
and,
straight right here.
and let's to be clear, that other title competition never came till 5 years later. That started in 2007, which I mean 1997, which I gave my best wishes to him. I just told him I would never be there to crown anybody because I'll be dancehall queen till the day I die.
What? Yo,
Stop it! Stop it! Calm down!
dancehall queen until the day you pass on. I second that.
And when I pass on, my daughter Crystal will know how to monetize the rest
Monitor
and
it.
take.
So
So I was very instrumental in talking to Big Head at the time and telling him,
yes.
of course, my best wishes and not understanding. I did give him pointers, but he had another concept of it, and it was okay. I embraced it, not being a part of it, but I embraced it because people would interview and I'd speak. Of course, the dancer, yes. So it's
Yes.
my baby that I gave birth to, and I watched it grow till now. It's out in the universe on its own. So it's something
Yeah.
I'm very proud. I'm happy that when I would go around the world, I would leave my little mark in Dancehall Queen Carlene. I would sign pictures, poster, so it was pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, you have made it possible. But what I want to know from you is do you find it and their methods and what they're doing, is
You
it a
know,
strong representation, or is it you're not too
it's not all what I would want, but it's okay.
okay?
It's not all that I would want, but it's okay. I am coming with my own dancehall queen competition, so be ready for
Oh,
that.
it's breaking news! Breaking news! We're going to have the original dancehall queen competition, bringing it back to okay, okay. So we said it here.
Total different way. Total different way, where the girls won't just be a winner for the night. So I'll tell you,
Ah,
I'm giving them the opportunity now to really be a queen. Not to say they're not before, but it don't stop at the night that they're winning anywhere. I'll make sure there's some jobs there when the night, as every other beauty contest around the world, you reign
yeah.
for the year, not for the night.
My gosh, there you have it, an exclusive drop right here. There will be an original
So
dancehall queen competition by the queen herself, setting it and how it's presented, and it will be, you will be slated dancehall queen for the year. You could borrow a little piece of the title from the queen herself. That's basically how it's going to be, correct?
well, not from me. You'll be your own individual. You'll be
Okay.
your own. You will just have more out of your title.
Okay. Okay.
You
Let,
know,
let
last
go
year
ahead.
would have first dancehall road march of all time I was doing. The pandemic changed it. It's still in the
Okay.
making, but because we're not open in Jamaica for social gathering and stuff like that.
Right.
So the first ever dancehall road march was going to be done by me. And again, my
Wow.
company entertainment, Mr. Michael Dawson. So be
Okay.
prepared. It's because of the lockdown. You'd have been here already. I
Yo,
was
invite me to be a judge. I want to be something on there. Let me be a part of it some way, somehow. I need to be there and say, yes, Wiz, you're here, Wiz. Wiz, you could be the judge. Listen, I got to be a part of that. That is exclusive. That is going to be so elite. Finally, we're going to see the presence of what it means to be the dance hall queen. That is what I'm taking from this.
never, because like everything that is new and first introduced, you'll never have it replicated. As I will put myself in Louise Bennett's position, the great late Louise Bennett, Coverley, Bob Marley, icons that has created something. But there's so many other reggae stars after Bob Marley, but none like Bob Marley. He started this. And I'll also say the great King Yellow Man. There's none after him. There's others, but you are the first, you will always be the most outstanding. It's the start to something.
Yes, yes, it definitely is.
They're taking it to a different thing. As I should tell you, I'm inducted in the Jamaica time capsule. That means 100 year of a country after being independent. So in what would it 2062? I
Yes,
might have my marbles screwed, but I will be mentioned.
my goodness. But listen, we can't wait till 2062. We need to mention you now, right
Well, they
now.
have. They have. So I've
We,
gotten two awards from the Jamaican government. Hopefully, a
yes,
bigger one. They have an award to give again greatness to iconic Jamaican people, and I was one of them with the likes
wow.
of great late Toots Ibert. Yeah,
Yes,
real top people. So I'm honored. I will big up Minister Oliver Bobsy Grange, who is the culture minister, who she does keep tack to our culture and always putting dancehall somewhere.
yeah.
So I want to big her up. And I want to big
Look,
up Corey. Corey.
yes,
It's an
okay.
award company gives women of substance an award. So I want to big up Corey Night Nurse and the whole team. Yes. They have given
Big up,
some
big up.
an award. Pulse gave me an award before. Guinness gave me an award. Yes, I was among the top 50 most recognized quote unquote important people in Jamaica, and I was one of them.
Wow.
I
Are
I,
you doing?
I don't
Are,
sound on these things,
no.
but
Aren't you doing charity now, same way still? Do you not have a foundation or something that you're doing?
no, I don't have a foundation, but I still do charity. As again,
Okay,
charity is from me. I don't think I don't want to be charity of somebody else. So right
okay,
now, the pandemic and things is not the way it is. Um,
yes,
it, as I said, it's giving bread to somebody who needs bread. That's also charity. It's not always have to be the big things. And who can do the big things, please continue to do it, because it's important. There's people who need it. And who can
Yeah.
do a foundation or who can get help from others to do it is just not my way. I want to do it from me.
Yes,
And
yes. You want to do it your way.
her as soon as I can, the way I want it. So yes.
When you see dancehall now in its entity right now, as in the present, you see a lot of the females, I guess sexiness seems to be the seller front and foremost to attract. Although they're full of talent, they have talent, but they seem to be pushing a lot of sexiness in the image of the social media platform. Are you okay with this? Do you find it a little bit too much? Are you aggressive? How is it image wise for your daughter and everything?
You know what? It's not for me to judge. I was judged. I was judged because not understood or was misunderstood. Understanding what you want. I hope they're
Yes.
doing it for themselves and not for like or viewership. I'm hoping it's what they enjoy, and if they do something, they should feel proud of themselves after doing it. It's unfortunate or fortunate that now everything is at you without being at you. So I think they're just moving with what's happening. Time revolves and nothing stays the way it started. So I'm
Yes.
okay to that it's a new era. Each year it's a new era. Each
Yeah.
millennium it's a new time, and things will revolve and change into stuff. But I would only hope the young ladies and men who are doing it understand their worth and never do something that you're going to regret or be ashamed of in the time to come. My daughter Crystal will say, "Mommy, oh my God, I'm so proud of you," over and over. I did me when I was single, meaning I didn't have a child. And
Yes.
I knew the minute I said mommy, I did a 360-degree. Not that I wasn't proud of what I did, but there's time and place. And here comes a human being that I brought into this world to be a part of me. She can't hold me grudge for what I did when she wasn't there. But from the day she came, she can know. From the day she was born, she can know, say, I can say, look back at what I've done from the day you were born. And
Yes.
for this, he put me on a platter because I revolved in better standard of taking dancehall. I never left dancehall. So I went into TV. I had the number one talk show for 7 years on
Hmm.
TV, main TV, or Voices, and I made sure dancehall was still there. I found a segment where dancehall was there. I had times when there was dancehall. I went into radio, Hot 102. Yes, I had a show, a talk show, strictly dancehall. No, I still in the millennium. I started this that you're doing long before there was a pandemic. I started this in 2017, Sex and
Okay.
Dancehall, where I was doing things. I could have an audience, but you were seeing the show via the internet long before anybody had it. So I was
Okay.
always finding ways on me to keep dancehall alive, both home and abroad.
Yes.
So
Yes.
one thing to do all that you are doing. Just understand yourself, know why you're doing it, feel proud of it, and help yourself to grow as you're going along. Stagnancy
Yeah.
don't make any me. Because if
Yeah.
you know, if I started with one party, he wants to open one store and then he wants another store. And I think that should be the same. You're a dancer. You could be a dancer for all your life, but I think you should revolve the dancing into, stuff. And when you become a mother, that's a whole different world. I don't think mothers should be doing certain things. When you choose to be a mother, you must respect that child who's going to get there somehow, some way. And you can't restore upon a child the pressure that she or he must accept what my mother or father is doing. She
Yes.
didn't, you bought this child here, so you should be prepared. Even if you had an accidental pregnancy, you have 9 months or however long to get this act together. So the day I knew I was going to be a mom, I did a 360-degree, never leaving that all, but I just knew walking semi-naked and sexy and dancing certain way was not befitting of my baby to when that baby becomes an adult. I wanted her to know she could defend it. Marcus, she's never been ashamed of nothing I did because I've
Mm.
shown her over and over, said, this is before you. And
Yes.
so she has said, yeah, this is before I
Big up
just,
Crystal. Big
yes,
up
Crystal.
Crystal. Crystal, big up anywhere you are in the world. Big up Crystal. We're not, yo, great mother, great role model. Number one character of trend setting traits is dancehall queen Carlene. You look back, I'm not going to keep you much longer, but you look back
Um,
and you have no regrets, anything to change, anything you
I
would
have,
have done.
I have a lot of regrets. I have a
Yeah,
lot of regrets. A lot of regrets. And sometimes when you're going along the way, you don't know something is wrong until you can look back at it.
true.
Um, I've done things where I should have done it another way.
Okay.
I've dated persons that I should not have dated, but because of my position at that time, it happened.
Yes.
I've
Okay.
done things that I shouldn't have done it that way. I should have done it this way. But the mistake was made or it was already done and I can't undo it. But in my
Right.
mind, there's days I don't dwell on negativity. I don't dwell on loss. So, but there's days when I'm still regretting things today that I did
Yeah.
yesterday. You understand? We're
Yes.
learning. I don't know about that, but each day I'm alive, I'm learning. What I tell people, I hear people tell you, oh, you have one life to live. No, you don't. You have one single time that you die, but you live every day. And
True.
this is how I live. I tell myself, I'm alive. I live every day. I don't have no one time to live. I live every morning. I get up that the universe has given me that strength and the power to get up. I know something great can come. I still have a lot of things that I am going to do. Circumstances sometimes set them back, or it's as again, the universe is not ready. Nothing happens before the time. That's my belief.
Correct.
But you
Yes.
still have to work for that time.
Yes.
And so I know each day I'm alive. I don't want to just be alive. I want to live. And I want to live in the way where I can say yes. I go to my bed and I sleep with
Yeah.
my mind free of all bad things. I don't think negative about people. I don't think negative about people who has done me wrong. I just know it happened and let's just move on. It could have been worse.
Right.
That's always the story. And they're like,
Yeah.
what? Yes,
Yeah.
it might could have been worse. Because I've
Wow.
heard, seen people with, it made my problems look like, whoa. So
Yeah.
try to learn each mistake or each situation that I get in, how
Yeah.
not to do it.
Yeah.
And if I
Wow.
do it again, how differently would I do it?
Yeah.
As I would say to the dancers always, be proud of who you are first. Be proud of what you're doing. If not, don't do it. I was
Yeah.
super proud of who I was, still am. I was super proud of what I was doing. I enjoyed what I was doing because I've never gotten a job through sex. Never. Nobody in the industry, if want to be honest, can tell you, oh, I have not gotten a lot of jobs because of I wouldn't have sex with the
Correct.
promoter
Yeah.
who's doing. I was okay with that. Guess
Yeah.
what? These persons came back around and held that strong about me and still hire me down the road for something else. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and as
Yo.
you be yourself, don't ever try to be anybody else but yourself, and you
Yeah.
can't go wrong.
I just want to congratulate you. I just want to, you know, I want you to understand that for us in this culture, what you've done. I mean, as a male, loving to see the women and how they dress and how they look. It was awesome, it's great, and thanks to you. But I mean, still, for all the women that are now expressing themselves how they want to, I believe it's because of this lady right here. You took that chance to express yourself because you knew what it was, and you did it the right way. You did it the right way. You did it in the dance. You weren't running down no man. You were just doing what you want to do, and express it and build the character and the reputation that you wanted to build. And look at you now. You could sit here on any Instagram live on anything and you could say, I did it this way. And there's no going around that. You don't know how important you are, especially for the inspiration of women across the world who are now in the dance hall. And I mean, my parents are Jamaican. I'm here in Toronto, Canada, and it's a culture that took me around the world. Like because I played, I DJ, and now I'm on a number one radio station, and I'm playing reggae music, and I'm in the clubs, and now I'm hosting, and now this has taken me to meet the trend setting, the original, the number one, the dancehall queen that started it all. I'm speaking with her face to face. I'm blessed. I am truly, truly blessed. And dancehall queen Carlene, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity because you didn't know me from anywhere. You could have said, "Nah, ma, you're not big. You not have 30,000 followers. You're not so big."
And everybody, Jackson will tell you, big up Christine in Canada.
Yes, and big up
Cousin,
Christine.
yes, big up my cousin Jennifer too in Canada. I'm
Yeah.
not like that. Everybody has to start somewhere.
Yes.
I hate when somebody only wants to get to where the top is. So therefore, you'll never reach to where you should. If everybody didn't give somebody a chance, if everybody didn't give me a chance, I wouldn't be telling you my story today.
Yeah.
So for that, I don't care. They will tell you, I don't care. I'm probably the only person in dancehall that has a little name that answer every Instagram message.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every
You.
single Instagram message.
Wow.
Sometimes
Hey.
I ask them and I will just dismiss those because it's not
Yeah.
what it's about. I
Yeah.
know they know the difference. I don't bash them because you're gonna try.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
every single body who comes on my Instagram page.
Listen,
I,
I am blessed.
I don't yeah, I don't think and when I was in the peak I was even more humble.
Yeah. Wow. In the peak of it all.
In the peak where I'm telling you I'm getting like 10,000 US dollar per appearance. I was
Wow.
even humble.
And I want to take this opportunity to big up Miss Christine Jackson, who's Christine Jackson, the promoter on Instagram. If you check her, she has a show each and every Wednesday night on Instagram. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw this out there. Listen, dancehall queen Carly. Listen, I love Christine to the max. I'll do anything. So she keep enough dance and don't hire me. I just put it out there. I just cuss her for me when you talk to her because Jado, I love her to death. She left me off of the bill.
Canada numerous times, so I can't talk.
No, she.
Turned off on my hair.
Yeah.
And so my makeup was done by Joe. I still remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Makeup.
she is a blessing. Christine is a blessing. She's also helps people when she can. She is truly a good woman to all of us. She took all of us in. Her home is always open for people. See, so
I know first cousin to DJ Tiger. That's how we met her way back.
way back then. My goodness. Well, I can tell you this.
She was the only female producer, not producers,
Promoter.
Yeah.
Yes.
She was the only female promoter in Canada, the first.
Christine Jackson set the trend of promotions for bringing artists up to Canada. And I've been telling people that. I've argued in barbershops about that. And but she never kept me on a couple dances. So I'm not really, I'm not go overboard for her until she hire me.
She probably do and probably have something better because let me tell you, although when she called and she says, listen, you do it with, I said, that's all right, Christine, I will. Which, I mean, it just made it easier for me to tell you yes because she already told me I had to say yes.
Yeah. Yes. I love her to death. But listen, I mean, just for you and the connection through her and even talking to you, and you never demanded nothing. You were just so warm and accepting into this, and I'm hoping people will get to understand and meet you in person, because if anybody is touched by you, they're blessed. I'm thinking that as long as they could just be around in your aura, truly blessed. It's a truly blessing. So, dancehall queen Carlene, what is, I'm gonna get out of here, but just what is the one thing you want to make sure happens to dancehall? If you're from now till thing, what's the one thing?
Love to each other. I hope they'll bring back the love and respect to each other. It's They're not respecting each other. The young ones definitely not respecting the elders, and everything in life starts somewhere, and you have to give credit and respect to where it's coming from. You wouldn't be there if it wasn't coming from somewhere, you know. And I think that's where the breakdown is. There is no love, or not enough love amongst each other, amongst us each other in dancehall. Both music, dancing, the girls have a hating grudge. They have no respect for each other. They say anything they want about each other. I think it's wrong. And then everything is done on a public platform. I really think it's wrong. Get back to loving. You don't have to be my friend, but just respect me and do it at a distance. I might not be doing what you want. That don't mean it's wrong. So just, if it has nothing to do with you, leave it alone. You don't need to comment. You don't need to bash. You don't need to be bitter on something that has nothing to do with you. So dancehall is Jamaica on its own. We're missing the love for each other. That's where it needs to come back. And I think it could start with dancehall.
Dancehall.
Oh, no need to do my thing. My sweet potato pudding. Yes, you can
Yes,
DM me.
of course.
Order my sweet potato pudding and my sour wine. Yes, it's, trust me, the best tasting alcohol beverage you'll ever find anywhere. I have cherry, June plum, cherry, and pineapple, and it's the only drink that comes in red, green, and gold.
Can this be shipped overseas? Can we get this overseas?
We're in the making of, there's a lot of things for that, but I
Yes.
mean, I can still find a way to send a 1 or 2 bottles to individuals.
My goodness, we need this. We need
Yes.
the especially the pudding. We need it over here. I'm telling you, I've been arguing.
That's my company to order through, but you can still DM me and I'll give you the full information how to order my sweet potato pudding.
Okay, wait, Crystal, type where we could order everything so I could pin it. I think Crystal's on the line, so Crystal could type.
Go to my Instagram page. Yeah.
Oh, just go to your Instagram. Just go to Dancehall Queen Carlene.
Page, and I will give them the number. And
Okay.
the number to WhatsApp for information is 876-293-0613 to WhatsApp for information to order. But they can just go to my page and I'll give them everything.
Okay, so we need to order. If you need
My
sweet potato pudding, you need to get it from Dancehall Queen Carlene. Can you imagine that? Listen, if you're going to write a book, I need a signed copy. I need a signed copy.
I have a perfume that's in the making. It started, yes, my other half and I ran from 2018. It's just, as I said, everything slowed down because of the pandemic. And, I like to do things once.
Yes.
So I want to have it at the right peak, the right time to do it.
What's it going to be called? Dancehall? Are you going to call it Dancehall?
No, it's called, the name of it is Pink Crystal.
Pink Crystal. All right. So every man, there it is. The perfume for your lady is called Pink Crystal.
Right. Because we're perfecting it. It's not ready yet, but it will be. So when it is, I will have a movie. Just give it time.
Put the Wizology show in it. Throw it in there. Let's even like 10 seconds. Just say I was on the Wizology show and that's part of the movie, and
So, and I will say that, and he did an awesome stuff, because it's gonna be like a documentary. I'm putting this in B. I have it in my head. I've not done anything yet, but it's
Yeah.
gonna happen. How I
It,
am. I tell myself
wow.
I'm gonna do it, and I do. So for now,
Listen,
though, my life.
I I state here today that anything that you want to do, it will get done. Uh, from the story of your life that we have heard here tonight is an inspiration for every female. Even if you're not in dancehall, it's just an inspiration. It's just something that if you want to look up to somebody, here she is. Here is dancehall queen Carlene. This is just it's just the amount of respect. I don't know how much more I could give respect to you. You are fascinating. You are fabulous. You're still looking young. You're doing everything in the right and proper way. And I think that if everybody could just follow your footsteps, it's a great path. Hopefully,
Thank
it's a
thank
great path, and I believe and really appreciate you. Really appreciate you. I thank you for what you've done and what you're doing. And I mean, Princess Di got accolades and we love her to death, but you know what? You're our queen and we should love you to death as well, right? And we need that. So I really thank you. I thank you for being here tonight. I thank God for Christine Jackson for introducing us. I thank you for accepting. I thank you for sharing the special moments. As you could see, um, we're about everything that you want to be about. We don't need to talk about anything negative. It was all positive and it was worthy. It was worthfulness right here tonight, and that's what we want. And if anybody wants to, make sure you follow her page, get the sweet potato pudding. You know that the perfume's coming and the competition is coming. The original, the real get-go, the real deal of dancehall Queen is coming. The competition's coming. Big up Sky Hollywood is here, is your big fan. And look out for me. I might be a guest judge. I'm just putting it out there, Carlene. I'm just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. Just, you got to
And
speak these things into existence.
I want to give some shout out to my and
Of
friends,
course.
like
Of,
Elijah, Dana, Lorraine Leroy, Corona, Janet, Shani, Raja, Janelle, all of them. If I forget anybody, Damien, Shanice, yes, I want to just give a big shout out. And of course, Ryan, Crystal, and Champagne, my doggy. I don't know where she
oh,
is tonight.
champagne, big up. Yo, thank you
Thank you
so much. Thank
so
you.
much.
Really appreciate it. And when you're having this competition and when you're booking, and if you need anybody to help promote, help push, I'm there for you. Just call me, I will answer, and I will get it done. No questions
Thank
asked. Right?
you. And
Appreciate
you
you.
have,
Thank you.
and it was a pleasure being on the show with you tonight.
I appreciate you and I thank you. Bye bye. There you have it. There you have it. Once again, dancehall queen Carlene. How could we not love a lady like that? All what she did, all what she stood for, all what she made possible. Wow, what a story. Of course, listen, I really appreciate you all. I know everybody likes to come into life, but I'm hoping and really be appreciative if you just press the follow button. Please follow at Wizology Show. It costs nothing. I don't ask for any donations. I just ask for you to tell a friend, tell a family member to follow. I ask for you to subscribe on YouTube. Just press the subscribe. You don't even have to press the notification. Just press the subscribe button. Really appreciate everybody that's been in here and listening to the stories. Tomorrow we have 2 brand new artists. I'm just doing a new artist segment. I do that from time to time where I could just, feature some new artists, let them, know you. Big shout outs to Just Denise Will Do. Just Denise Will Do. Beautiful lady. big shout outs to her.